Hello and welcome back to Dwarf Fortress. And if I sort of trying to remember where I was, because I took a short break between. Right, the human caravan came and are currently unloading their sort of load they were carrying. And we are currently digging out this, right? We have dug out this. We are currently building all the furnaces and smelters and stuff. So the metal production area, as well as the potash, the fertilizer production area, and the craft dwarves workshop. And a lot of the things where we would say craftsmen, it's changed out to be correctly termed crafts dwarf, for example, because they're not man, they're not humans, they are dwarves. So, and such a minute detail, which very often gets overlooked. That's something which, yeah, that is termed in the way that it would probably have been termed. So this has been designated to be dug out because that is going to be my stone and wood stockpile. I have my sleeping quarters, the bedrooms dug out, and soon all 10 bedrooms have beds in them. I don't have enough doors, but that will slowly get filled in. And that's it. Let's keep on going. And on top of that, if you like what you see and what we are doing here, a like to the video would be super awesome and nice if you did, but choice is yours. So let's see if what we can do. So it is slowly but surely getting logs down here, which isn't super good, but it's what it is. Are you done? Yeah, I think you have done everything there. Do you have anything like of actual interest? I don't think so. It doesn't look like you have a lot of interesting things. Yeah, and it doesn't look like he has any like seeds I might want either. Yeah, no, I don't think he actually has anything useful, so I think we will just leave you as is. I think that's good enough. Yeah. So, what can we sort of expect? Need to resume that. Soon, we should be seeing sort of a migration wave. So we should probably be getting a bit more people, hopefully. No, let's redo that like that. Except, and this is stone, chunks, oops, chunks, and wood. Because this is basically all chunks, stone chunks, that kind of stuff. It cannot be put into bins, as far as I've seen. It cannot be like... It cannot be like stored in a good way, basically, other than making a new floor and chucking everything in as this. I found this to be the most efficient way of doing it, where basically all the stones, so all the metal ores, all the economic stone, all the other stones and the clay and the wood are stored on one floor, such as this. Now, I have also found that it's very easy for this to not work properly. And you might have to go around and redo every single one of your stockpiles. And it usually, I don't know why, but there seems to be some issues with stockpiles. Yeah, so you might have to redo, like delete everyone, like every single one you have, and then redo them. Which is a bit annoying, but it's what it is. I have found that the issues I had in the 60 hours that I have played before this series, that was... I had an issue with the stockpiles where they didn't move them and it wasn't used properly. And what solved this was delete every stockpile I had and redo everything from scratch. That solved it. Which was a bit weird, but at least you can do that. You can fix it by deleting everything and redoing it from scratch. Okay, so we have doors on one side. So, one thing that I want to... Now that we have one side like this, there is one thing I absolutely want to show you. How do you zone bedrooms like quickly? And there is a way, and it requires the bed. As far as I know, it requires the bed, and most importantly, the door. The door has to be in place. I'm not super sure about the bed, but the door has to be in place for this to work. So what you do is you go into the zone, come in here, and you click on bedroom. And this is important. click on multi, and you click where you want to start. So in a bedroom, and then you drag out like this and click on the last bedroom. Like, as you can see here, we have a line over every single bedroom that has a door, and click, and it has a box around all of them, and it says select another rectangle to continue. That's not true. 5 bedrooms bedrooms created, but we can, from here, if we had doors on all of these, we could do another select as we did, and it would add the 5 on the other side to the list. But we are done, so click done, and we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms, which will get automatically assigned as the dwarves go to sleep in the beds. So we don't have to go and designate, but if you click on the dwarf head with the plus, you could manually designate the room to someone. So you can do that. If you want to, or there is a really fancy room you want to have, want to give to a specific dwarf, which is something we will do once we get nobles and stuff. At that point, we do need to designate those that needs a good bedroom to have the good bedrooms. So, but for now, this is good enough. So that's how you do it, and it's really important that you have the bedrooms, and to do it efficiently is, and for it to go somewhat quickly, is to use the multi. And for that to work, you have to have the door in place. Otherwise, it doesn't just select a room, it selects more than it should. So for that multi-selection to work, it needs to have the door in place. I'm not 100% sure about the bed. The bed might not have to be in place, but I'm not sure. So, one thing we need to do yeah, we need to automate the production of potash. So in the ashery, let's go into the wood furnace first. Make ash 10 if the amount of ash is available is less than 10. Yes. And if the amount of logs is greater than 10, because we don't want to run out of logs just because we're making potash because of ash. We do want to have a stockpile of logs. We have 2 conditions here. Let's set that to 5 and that to 5, so we would still make 10, I think. No, let's bring that down to 5. Let's do that as well. And then potash from ash. Amount of potash is less than 10. I think less than 20, because we do need a fair amount of it. But let's bring that down to 5. Yeah. That should be good enough. And another thing which I need to do is to... Oh, some migrants have arrived. New arrival. Okay. He's a woodcutter. That is... Okay, not bad, but... Oh, and we're getting children. The children can be a bit annoying. Dwarven childs is something that can, and I can't stress this enough, Dwarven babies and children can completely kill your fortress. Like, fully on, just make everything spiral out of control. So, it is going to be important to... Wow, they took a long time to arrive, apparently. Here we go. Was that all of them? It was basically 1 useful and 4 not so useful. Might be 1 more. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 dwarven children, and then 1 adult. There might be more. Merchant is about to leave, that's fine. I wonder if one thing that I do need to do. Let's go in here and add you there, because we got another animal. Yeah, I think that was it for the migration that arrived. Which is too bad, because... It's not too bad, because the Dwarven children do, like, haul. So they do move around, like, do some things. But for the most part, they don't do much. So... But... we should... One thing that I do need to do now is actually, since we have 12 pop, we can see on the bar on the top, we have pop 12, and we have 10 bedrooms carved out. Means we need more bedrooms. This is slowly expanding. make that stockpile a bit larger. Let's add that. There we go. This is now fully done. One thing that I should do is farming. Right. I need butcher. Should have that up on top. Wait. Cancel. Have to make sure we're not using bad materials. There we go. And workshop, farming, tanner, fishery. Oh, what I need is still, and I need 2 of them just in case. I need kitchen. I need a farmer. And I need a fishery. I also need tanner. We can keep it here. And oh my god. And I need a quern, which I don't have because I need to make one. Oh, bless me. Rock quern. That's. I can just add that manually. That's fine. Right. Also, one thing that I do need to make is mechanics workshop. I need rock mechanism, and if I have less than 5 laying around, make 1. You're going to see this a lot where I start these kind of workshop orders and I'm just queuing up them one at a time, even though I'm using for things what I'm using in batches a lot of. I'm going to make them just one at a time because I don't want to queue up too much too often or have like a long list of things in a backlog because I have queued up too much in at a time, where everything is make 10, make 10, make 10, which doesn't need to be make 10. It can just be make 1. So yeah, you might see a lot of these just make 1 and be done with it kind of setups. They are making all of this. Good. Resume. The merchant has left. Okay, good to know. Resume. And yeah, so one thing which we will do now is go into the still. And this is also a really powerful thing with the work orders. It doesn't matter if you have more than one workstation. If you have a queued up for crafting these things, it will queue it in an available workstation. And a dwarf will come to the workstation it's queued up in and do it. So you don't need to worry about, like, oh, I have too many or I have too few. No, it doesn't matter. It just automatically queues in an available workstation, which I find to be really, really handy. But you could also like limit it to be made in a specific workstation, which there are a few things that I have found in the low 60 hours amount of work previously that I found that I might want to do it in a specific workstation and limit what you do in that. So what we will do is, for the still, and this is important, is brew drink from fruit. And let's add one immediately again. And brew drink from plant. Those two. And we need to go in and set amount of drinks available is less than 10. Let's add that and change to 100. Trust me, 100 is not a low. It's actually an okay amount in the beginning. We might want to increase this later on to like 200 when we get enough dwarves. Because they drink fairly often. They eat rarely, like rarely eat. I think it's once per season. It's not often. But they drink more or less once every day. So the drinks go quickly, whereas the food doesn't really go that quickly. Anyway, so that's the drink from fruit. Let's keep that at 10. That's fine. Go in here and drink less than 10. Type in for less than 100. And there we go. So now we should see that soon. There we go. It gets queued up in both of them because our approximate amount is around 90, which is less than 100. Now, to know more exactly how much you have of everything, like how much food and drink and like such, you need a broker, or what is it? It's a bookkeeper. A broker is basically the one that they're also the default negotiator when visiting merchants, right? Uses their appraisal skill to allow you to see the value of items in the fortress. Yep. And the bookkeeper is just keeping track of the numbers, how much of the stuff you have. So it's the bookkeeper we need, but for the broker and the bookkeeper, we need officers, which I'm not 100% exactly where we are going to put, but I think we go down here. I think having them sort of in between these here might be a good idea. I think what I'm going to do is basically do something like this. Have an office there and an office here. Like that. And I'm not sure exactly how to do with the doors and stuff. I don't want to have too many doors. Maybe we do this. No, let's actually do it. Let's do it like this. And also do like that. Maybe what I should do at that point is just do this. Don't need to go through it. We can just have walkway around, or might do like that. But how I do these is something I think we need to sort of wait until next time. Now, one thing that what I usually do is if I find sort of gems in sort of areas where there's rooms or like there's ores like iron and stuff, I usually mine those out so that they are not in the way. But if you do that, you also usually need to, depending on where you do it and what you do, you need to go in and build a wall. But all of that, I think we will wait until the next episode. And we are slowly but surely, I think, getting sorted sort of the early game. The early game takes a bit of time to get sorted and get everything up and running, especially with the limited amount of dwarves you have in the beginning. But I think we are slowly getting there. We have plump helmets growing, and I think we have fertilizer going as well. If I'm not wrong, we have fertilizer going, and yeah, potash, right? Ash, exactly. It is running along just fine. So we will see what we can do next time. I will not drag this out anymore because on screen you should be able to see YouTube recommendation, quick access to subscribe button, and a quick access to the playlist for this series. So with that, thanks for watching, goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.